People, we all go through it sometimes. And in cases of emergencies, in cases of unexpected expenditures, shoot, sometimes just in the case of you need to get out of the city, you are in desperate need of vacation. It's great to have that access to cash, that access to financing, that access to support. And there's no better brother to reach out to than our brother Jean from Marfield Consulting. He's on with us today to share about his company, his visions, his goals, and how he's planning on supporting you all in terms of members of the community today on the Empower Hour.
I think this is deep.
Welcome to the Empower Hour. We're bringing power to the people because the people have the power. This squad's going to entertain, enlighten, and empower y'all. I'm Queen Kaya, joined by Pharaoh Hammond Freeman and Gina the Great. But before we do anything else, like always, we're going to bless this show and our kings and queens listening.
I am so grateful to life, to God, our creator, to our ancestors for being present with us and for creating this opportunity for us to be able to be on here today. And I just ask that today's show, let it be uplifting, let it be inspiring, let it be educational, and most importantly, let it be empowering for each and every one of our listeners. And I am sending out that spirit of love, light, unity, strength, great health, peace, joy, and just a general feel good to each and every one of our listeners right now. Hotep, amen, and ashe. Ayi bobo. How you guys doing?
Shit.
Doing awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Good.
Happy day, everybody.
Good.
Happy day.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people. Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people.
Parlay with the people, y'all.
Beautiful people, we are back. So like I had mentioned at the top of the show, money makes the world go round. And at times it is really about who you know and who knows you when it comes to getting access to financing. I'm super excited to have our own brother, Jean, who's the owner of Marfield Finance, who is here to introduce his company to you all. He's here to support you all in your financial endeavors. He's here to support and encourage you all in your financial endeavors, I should say. Brother Mark, welcome to Parlay with the People. Thank you for being on with us today on the Empower Hour, my brother.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So this is the platform that we use to be able to create visibility for members of the community, also just to inform the community of opportunities, the support that's available to them, and just what we have going on, what's new and exciting within the OFC. So, but before we dive into the business, I'd like to give our guests an opportunity to introduce themselves on a personal level first before we dive into what the company is about. So, Brother Jean, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, let me try. So my name is Jean Kouadio. The father of three, married father of three, so one boy, two girls, living in Montreal. Arrived in Canada in 2012. At some point was planning to move to Toronto, but it did not work out. And then Montreal say, stay here, my friend, and then the rest is story. That's what happened.
Montreal said, stay my friend. Montreal never says that to me. My goodness, you are definitely the one.
Yeah, sort of. But yeah, so far so good in Montreal, and try to do stuff for the community at some point, and here we are.
And you said you had moved here. You originally came from where?
Yeah, originally came from Côte d'Ivoire in Africa, West Africa. I then moved in 1998 to France. I lived there for almost 15 years. And then in 2012, I decided to look ahead and move to another direction with my life. Wanted to leave the old continent. And at some point, me and my wife were looking at, okay, let's see North America. And then Canada was the number of spots that we decided to move to, and then here we are.
Yo, brother, well, I am glad to have you. I'm glad that you came here. It's been awesome working with you and having you as a part of the community. So that's exceptional. And so, fait, si je comprends bien, ça veut dire que vous êtes complètement bilingue, vous parlez français et l'anglais, c'est ça?
Oui, exactement.
Good. So in that case, gêne-toi pas. Si nécessaire, on est complètement bilingue sur le show aussi. Fait que si jamais nécessaire, we could do franglais. We could go back and forth from French to English. If there's any nuggets that need to be translated, I'll always do it so everybody could benefit. But you guys, you know how we get down. We like to make sure the space is welcoming to everybody who needs to participate and to share. So now, so you've been here, and now, so first off, getting into the domain of finance. Okay, so even before we dive into the actual business, Marfield, where did that name come from? What does it mean?
Oh, isn't much reflection, on the name. It's just that I was looking for a name for the company, and with a couple of friends in Toronto, after 2-3 glasses of wine, we're chatting. I was like, hey guys, I'm looking for the name for my company. It's in the financing business. Guys, I'm giving loan to folks. I started in Ontario. In Toronto, so they know a little bit about my business over there, financing. I just started in 2018. So I was like, looking for a name. Guys, do you have any suggestion? And someone was saying Ivoire Financement or Ivoire Financing, something like this. Ivoire is the, Côte d'Ivoire from my home country. And we're like, Ivoire Financement is not that sexy, And then another one decided to translate that in Spanish. So Marfield. So Marfield is,
is ivory. That's
Exactly.
it, ivory. Very, very cool. You see, that's why I asked. You learn something new every day. There's a bit, so now I know that extra little nugget about this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know Spanish either, so I don't know. Maybe, I say that, but I haven't checked if it's really I don't know if it's Spanish. I don't know if it's true, but I was like, my food sounds good, so let's go with that, and then that's it.
Very cool, very, very cool, brother. So now in terms of the actual business itself, so the concept is pretty straightforward. People understand the concept of being able to get financing. People go for loans, people go for all kind of different types of credit all the time when it's necessary. My first question to you is, what was the inspiration? Like, why get into the world of lending out money?
It was it wasn't like a discovery as per se. We all my folks over there in Toronto, we had a conversation about what we can do for the community as a whole. So we were chit-chatting about different stuff. And every time the financing aspect was coming up, we need more financing. It's not that we don't have financing, but it's mostly, the way we are, people, the institution are, kind of dealing with first when we are talking about financing. So, we're like, let's say it's the lack of deep in connection. So when you sit down with your advisor, your banking advisor, you're like, okay, I need that loan for something in my old country because I don't know, my mother is sick or something like this. That usually, gathers for them, right? So again, what we wanted to do is really to kind of put a concept of community financing in there. We always have friends or or family members that can help us out from time to time. But at that point, I wanted to build something, kind of structure something that would say, okay, that is I would say a bank, but a financing system for the community, because I have folks around me that have great businesses, but couldn't couldn't lend a 1,000, 2,000 loan for just one stuff they want to buy for the businesses, etc. They have to go through difficulties and multiple paperwork to do with the bank to get that 1,000, $1,000, right? So it just came up like this. I would say, okay. I had some money on the side at that time. I was looking into going to real estate, as everybody was looking at real estate. And at some point, I have one of my friends who has a restaurant business. So she was like, I needed this to move to another direction with the restaurant. And I say, you know what, instead of going into the real estate stuff and, do the things that everything is doing, I was like, I want to try that. And so it started like this. And then the rest after that was her friend who referred another friend to me, and again and again. And then, that's how it started.
So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah. No. It was right that it wasn't something I would say it was intentional. It was just like I'm in my former activity, my former work was the world of IT and finance, so financial markets. So I have a good understanding of risk. I have a good understanding of supporting people, because I used to do a lot of support. I have to good understanding of architecture, IT architecture. So there were a couple of stuff that I could do myself to start off the business.
Well, you see, you just hit it on the head, because there's two things. So one, again, I commend you for what you're doing, because there is a need, and you're able to see the need and fill the need. Especially, it's unfortunate to say, but especially within our community, very often we are faced with different, let's just say, barriers, or different challenges that not everybody goes through when it comes to getting access to financing. So being able to have this outlet where you can create that space for members of the community to be able to get the support that they need financially, that is huge. So it is a need that was able to be filled because of the fact that we've hit so many challenges as a community. But it's awesome to see, because I do see that. I feel like the times are changing. I find that within this community, we do have more means. We're able to support each other. The stigmas that we had in the past, that people used to say, "Oh, people within the community can't work together." It's a new day, and those are the talks of the past. Now we're in a positive space. We're working together. We're making efforts to find other people who share the same value. Hence why the OFC exists as well, because we're an entire community, who wants to build together and to work together. But then also you just hit another question that I just had, because I was wondering what are the risks, like in terms of like what kind of background, what you need to know when you're getting involved in the world of finance, so how do you make sure that you don't lose money?
It's a business, so sometimes you lose money, sometimes you gain money. So it's there's a balance in that, and you need to, again, with your skill, you have to provide value to your business so that you can attract people that will understand your business, will kind of see the goal and what you're trying to do, so that you're gonna lose less money, right? Because again, at the end of the day, it's a lending business, so there's a risk on that. But compared to let's say regular banks, is the same. I won't say the same risk, but it's just that the bank has huge money, and the money doesn't cost them that much, because it's your earned money that's it over there that they can use that to loan to people. For us, we're using private money, so we kind of have to balance out the risk and be more kind of aggressive about what type of people we are lending money to. But again, it's much more, at the end of the day, there's a level of trust that will happen, right? So the fact that we're working in a community means there's a trust in there, which is what we are using, when we're trying to, serve our communities. Say that we are a small firm, but we are a firm built by people from the community to serve you guys. And there's a lot of trust in there. We are ready to trust you with our money. And then at the same time, we're expecting you, to kind of give us back that level of trust. So
I love that.
That's what we're trying to do. And you need people to take that risk. In any
business, that's what I was about to say. In any business, in a lot of circumstances in life, you need somebody to take that risk on you. So
exactly.
that is exceptional. So let me ask you just some general questions now. So for our listeners who are tuning in, the type of loans that you guys do, from what we're discussing, you guys don't do business loans, you do individual loans. Is that correct?
Exactly. Personal loans, individual loans, for every kind, I would say every kind of, goal and project that people have.
But let me ask you, let me play devil's advocate. So let's say now, I'm an individual and I would like to get a loan because there's a project I want to do. Let's say it's a business project or whatever the case, something I want to do. Now, so if I'm understanding correctly, I could come to you for a personal loan. So the loan is backed by me personally. I'm responsible, but but can I still use that money for a business idea?
Yeah, exactly. You can use the money for whatever goal you have or whatever project you have. Again, we are licensed to operate here in Quebec and also in Ontario. And with that license, we need to make sure that the loan that we'll be giving to you, you'll be able to pay it back, right? And it won't be a loan that will jeopardize your personal finance, right? We don't do those high paid stuff or pay the loans kind of stuff, right? So that's for
I love that.
There's a regulatory perspective on that because we have a license, so we have to respect some guidelines, right, about correct loans, let's say fair loans. So we do have we study your personal finance and to make sure that the loan we're giving you is a fair loan, right? So that's really it. But to answer your question, again, we're going to ask you about what you plan to do. We're going to discuss, again, because for us to build that trust, you need to know us, how we operate, and we need to know you again, what type of product you want, your history, etc. Because that's how we build the trust, and we learn about you. And then after that, you can use the money as per what you want to do. Again, we have folks coming here in Canada. They just arrived 1 month ago. They asked for loans to the banks. The banks say, hey, we don't have nothing in your credit history, so we cannot lend you the $1,000 or $2,000 you need to furnish your home. So those type of folks, we were able to help them as well because the goal was to, okay, I'm arrived here, I have a job, I have everything, but because I'm new here, I don't have any, nothing in my credit history, but I have a goal here. I'm coming here, I'm in Canada, this is my story, I come from another country, and I want to furnish my home because my family comes here. So different folks have different, reason, and we're trying to learn the history, know the person, and that's how we build the trust. And again, you get the money. After that, you do whatever you want with the money.
Let's take a quick pause for cause, just to shout out our homegirls, Kemba and Andrea from Keen Real Estate Group. Whenever you're thinking real estate, whenever you're thinking investments, whenever you're thinking about planning for the long term, think Keen Real Estate Group. They're generating wealth for generations. keengroup.ca. If your goal is to purchase a car and to make the process as simple as possible, just get a car broker, guys. You just get a car broker. Big shout out to our homeboy, Hamsdale Jacques, the owner of HJCourtierAuto.com. That's HJCourtierAuto.com. TIERAUTO.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com. You're trying to get out on the web. You're trying to understand how to navigate through ads. Check out Java Logics for all your marketing, your digital marketing. Where would we be without Preston? I don't even know. Check out Java Logics. I give thanks to Preston for what he's done for the OFC. The amount of positive reviews we've gotten from all his referrals, we're proud to stand behind his work. Check out javalogics.com. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. Keeping the culture alive. I gotta give thanks to West Can Folk Performing Company. For the last 40 years plus, they've been promoting our culture through song, drum, and dance, educating youth, the children, the seniors. Just check them out, westcanfolk.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
DeVito, WizKid, Burna Boy. Those are just some of the big names that's blessed Montreal thanks to Afrobeats Montreal. Definitely check out Afrobeats MTL for all concerts, show listings, everything that has to do with Afrobeats in the city. Check out Afrobeats MTL. One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other. Wow, this brother, like, again, your timing couldn't be any better, because right now where we are is like we're in a situation as a people that we have needs, but also there's also a lot of opportunity in the community. And this is what I've been trying to tell people, is that we do need to be looking for different opportunities to diversify and different things like that. And a lot of times what happens is that we'll come across a great opportunity but not have the financial means, and then we're stuck in the same loop. So again, you're creating a huge opportunity for people. So now I know one of the things that we're talking about, what we really like the community to be able to do for us. One, for sure, anybody out there who's listening and you're in need, like you're in a financial need, now is the time for you to be able to reach out to our brother Jean. But now also we want to create more visibility. So if you are listening right now, you have your own podcast, you have your own radio show, you'd like to have our brother Jean come on to educate the community about other financial services that are available to them, we want to hear from you. But also, you mentioned in John, like you guys, you go to different events, like you buy kiosks and stuff like that, or rent kiosks at different events for you to be able to promote. Is that it?
Yeah, exactly. So we tend to go to the events organized by the community in large. So a month ago, we're at the AIE. It was an event, Bienvenue à l'Immigrants. This last week, we're at the Salon International de la Femme Noire. So shout
out.
Exactly.
Shout out Audacio Feminine. Yeah.
Exactly. Thanks to OFC, by the way. So you are the guys, thanks to you, where that this event was existing, and we're able to
amazing.
Be there on time. So very, very shout out to you as well. So again, we because since 2018, we're kind of under the radar. We're building our structure, trying to see if there's an opportunity for us in that space. Even though we're still small, But this year we say that now it's the time for us to, kind of advertise our businesses and what we're doing to the people, to our people actually, so that anybody that has some maybe needs from service, some advice about credits, about personal loan, business loan, etc., can reach out to us, and we see what we can do for them. It's a small growing, but we can do mostly something. I mean, there's something we can do to folks out there, and that's what we are.
My brother, this is huge. Oh my God, this is huge. So first off, like as we're getting ready to close, what is the best way for people to get in contact with you?
Yeah, the best way is for via the website. So www.marfil.financial.com. So Marfil is MARFIL, financial.com. So you can go to the website and learn about us. If you want to apply for a loan, you can apply over there as well. Or you can just send us an email at info@marfilfinancial.com. So it's info at marfil, MARFIL financial.com. And yeah, so someone will pick up either your email or your request, and will let's say most of the time the 1 hour span you'll get a response from someone from the team.
And that's what I was about to say. I'm encouraging any and everybody, guys. This is not one of those loan places that you reach out to, you send a message, and then you hear nothing back at all. So far, everybody that I've referred have only had positive things to say. The response is great. The customer service is amazing. The turnaround time is quick. So definitely, I thank you for what you're doing in the community, and just for being a support in the times that we're in right now. Now, as we like to close off, when I close out our interviews, I always ask our guests if they could leave some empowering words for our listeners. So now my question to you, Brother Jean, is do you have any empowering words, I should say, that you'd like to leave with our listeners?
Oh, I mean, the things that I want to say, and that's the thing that drives me. That drives me every day is we have to build our own stuff. Because I used to participate in other gathering, business gathering, the Canadian Lander gathering, etc. in Toronto, where the big boys are there. They used to talk about diversity, inclusion, etc. How we need to kind of open our firm to people from the diversity, etc., etc. These are good stuff, and things are changing in a way. But my way of seeing is for sure you need people inside those companies to try to change things, but you need alternative outside. And my plan is really to build those alternatives, because with those alternatives, when they grow up, they're gonna be a force to reckon with, right? So that's what I want to say. My word is, we need alternative. We need our own stuff. So whether it's banking, it's construction, plumbing, air services, whatever things we are looking for, our people need, we need to create our own alternatives, and that's what we're trying to do.
Brother, for us, by us, we need our own. Thank you for that. That is the message is loud and clear. And I like to say it's how I like to interpret that as well is that I think they say 1% of the planet runs the other 99. I think it's really time that the 99 we start to mobilize and building our own things, because it is us in terms of the bottom. Like, we are the community, but at the end of the day, we have the buying power. We are the consumers. We are the ones that actually have the power. We just need to come, like you said, brother, it's time that we come together and start building our own, having our own things, having our own independence.
Exactly.
It is.
And we should not be afraid to start over or to start again. We hope that our kid will take over. So let's start it with our own stuff. Teach our kid how to do that so that they can take over and go further. But we need alternative. We need to do our own stuff. So yeah, again, it's a message for everybody out there. If you have any idea that you want to build, you want to start, we have only one life, and you are fed up with the folks that we are hearing out about diversity, etc. So build your own stuff. There are folks like me that can help you start with. So don't hesitate.
Brother, thank you again. Thank you for being on with us today on Parlay with the People, and thank you for blessing each and every one of our listeners today on the Empower Hour. Stay blessed.
Kings and queens, this was the Empower Hour with Pharaoh Freeman, Queen Kaya, and Gina the Great. We are on live every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. and broadcasting Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. on CKUT 90.3 FM. Hopefully you got your dose of entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment. Subscribe and watch us on empowermtl.com and email us at empowermtl@gmail.com to anonymously be featured on our What's the Tea Mail segment. Stay blessed, black, and highly favored.